Jets. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. And his first look is incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
These two teams, Charles, the Jets and the Patriots, great rivals in the AFCs going back to the beginning of the Super Bowl era. Been a long time. Now, of course, in the recent memory, the Patriots, they have dominated, and that's capital D dominated. But, you know, change comes eventually, and the Jets, they've got a new coach, new quarterback, and this rivalry, you feel like it could get very interesting again in a hurry.
Absolutely, because as we learned in 2020, it's no longer Tom Brady is guaranteed to win the division because he's no longer there, and we saw Buffalo take command in 2020. So this division, more open than it's been for the last 20 years or so.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. He sheds himself free. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
A first down throw for Winston. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England.
Well, when you've got a guy like Marquise Goodwin, a former Olympian, mind you, you've got to devise ways to get the football in his hands, and mission accomplished there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the final clocking on the next-gen stats there, how about this? 22.1 miles per hour. Wow.
So look at this. They got the 7-0 lead in the pocket, and they're going to try an onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Here's Carr to throw. That's pulled in by the rookie from Louisville, Tutu Atwell. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Being chased out left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
This defense for the Patriots, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, this defense for the Pats, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
This to the outside from Mack.
And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards, but instead, offense out there. They're going for it. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Check back 11. 6-18.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Carr. And a quick throw here. That's complete.
And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Mack. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. Now Carr on the bootleg. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Austin Hooper. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Point after, right down the middle.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Working out of the gun, Winston. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 30. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open it up to even more big plays.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And one thing about a play like this, if it's slow to develop, it can turn out poorly. And this play was definitely slow in developing, and that was one heck of an effort to sprint over there and get the man down before he can make anything happen.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
3rd and 2, and they ran the ball for only 1 yard, and everybody's going to scream at the offense. But let's give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. Defensive front out leveraged the offensive line. They got more people to the football. Yeah, they won that battle in a big way, and they're forcing a big decision now by the guys on offense.
These two teams all tied after 1. They're going to go for it now, 4th and 2. Remember, they can still get the first down at the 1-yard line, though. That's caught by Woods. Touchdown, New England. The 3-yard touchdown pass, and the Patriots have taken the lead. They took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down, but hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Second and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On first down, Mack. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now Carr. Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Following the interception, Winston. This is caught. It's Woods. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Robert Woods with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now here's Winston as his guys will line up and go for the 2-point conversion. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Play action. Now it's Carr. Throw left side complete. That's Mack. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Carr. Going up top for Kupp. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Hey, check back the ladder, check back the ladder. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
To throw is Carr. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now Carr. Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
A first down carry for Henry. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd and 1, Winston. And Winston lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Winston. Open man is Trey Burton. And he will not get what he needed as he stopped short of the first down at around the 22.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
Jason Myers on the field goal of 39 yards.
And Myers able to knock it through, and that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jets take over 1st and 10. at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
Micah Parsons, the rookie, in on the stop.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Here's Carr. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Carr completes it. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open.
And this is caught, and he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Cooper Kupp, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And he returns this to the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Winston. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And incomplete on the deep ball. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. To throw, Winston. He's going to try and go deep again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
On 3rd down, Winston. And right side, Henry's got it. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Again, it's Winston. That'll be caught. It's Isabella. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And fights through one man. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So 2nd and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. Now it's a bootleg with Winston. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Jameis Winston with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Pats would extend their lead here just before halftime. So this offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is up to 15 now.
Jason Myers set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.